Good afternoon, class. Today I wanted to make a video on the different types of groups that are in the periodic table of elements. I recognize that you can read their names right over here, but I thought it would also be good to actually see what which column is represented by which name. So, to start us off, we have the alkali metals, that is this column here. Next, we have the alkaline earth metals that are in this column. From here to here, these columns in purple are called the transition metals. Next, we have these columns over here. These columns go by the name of the top element in the column. So for example, this is the boron group. This column is the carbon group. This column is the nitrogen group. This column is the oxygen group. This column is sometimes called the fluorine group, but it is also known as the halogens. This column over here is known by a very special name called the noble gases. We will talk about more of these different types of groups in later videos. The only other thing I wanted to point out were these two rows over here. This row is for the lanthanides, and this row is for the actinides. They're separate groups with different properties, but yet they're contained within this area right over here of the periodic table. We'll get into detail with each of these areas more in future videos, but for now, that concludes the groupings of the periodic table of elements.